hoping to get the first job that is paying you 250,000 per month as a graduate trainee, and then you land a job.
Yo, I was looking for 40K. You're talking about 250K.
I hope you're selling your neighbor's chicken with their permission.
We encountered it, and while we were going, we encountered a Samburu Moran coming down. So I asked these guys, okay, should we tell him that
that
there's a fisi, there's a hyena going out? Moi says, watu wamezoea. Yes, I serve in church by playing the music instrument. But man, let me tell you, this cryptocurrency that was there, it can make more than $1 billion. Well, value addition is the right word, yes.
Yeah. I feel like I need to do
I know. And on that particular day, the CEO decided that's the day he's going to have a meeting. You have never had meetings in that office.
And as you're a graduate.
I'm a graduate, man. You don't have money.
With an engineering degree.
Yes.
And you're hiring your dad.
So you
Hi everyone, welcome to yet another episode of the Pipeline Podcast. If it's your first time joining us, please ensure to subscribe, hit the notification button, and also ensure to go through our previous episodes to find out what we've been discussing with the various guests. Karibu to this episode, and in this episode we are privileged to have someone who's not necessarily in the engineering field, started as an engineer, if my understanding is correct, has a background in engineering, but then they decided to steer away a bit from practicing engineering. He'll tell us more about that. He'll tell us more about himself. Bwana Thomas.
William.
Karibu sana.
Asante
Good to have you.
Asante sana.
So Bwana Thomas,
yes.
Kindly introduce yourself to us.
Okay, so my name is Thomas Luvale. That's one of the toughest questions whenever you're told to introduce yourself to people, because generally you wouldn't know what to pick out and leave. But anyway, so my name is Thomas Luvale. I am a father of one. I am a business development manager with Synergetic, or if you wish, commercial manager with Synergetic Development Group. Apart from that, over 10 years experience, or was it to come later? I have over 10 years experience around this field. Yes, I think the rest will come as we go.
So maybe just as part of the definition process, what exactly is business development?
Okay, business development, let me put it this way, B2B. Because it's the place where I am, or it's what we are practicing. So business development is a process of being able to nurture a business from just say being an ideation, being able to identify a problem, all the way to giving a client a turnkey project. So it can be a solution that you're offering them as design, it can be a solution that you're offering them as project management, or it can be a project that you're giving them. But being able to identify that problem, being able to identify a need from the client's place, or from the client's perspective, from your perspective, and drive it to be a need with the client, and giving them a solution at the end of it.
So basically your role is you identify a need for a client, and then you come and develop a solution,
yes.
And then of course now you sell it to them.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. So take us through your academic journey. Did you study, what did you study to become a business developer? Is there a course called business development? How was your academic journey, if you can start there?
Interesting. So do we start with primary?
No, we don't have to go that far back.
Okay.
Somewhere around campus.
Okay, so I joined campus, and I was taken to do Mechatronic Engineering at Kimathi University. I believe when we were going in there, it was called JKUAT, Nyeri campus, until we got third year and we realized it's there in Kimathi. A very good school, by the way.
True.
Then after campus, I swiveled a little, and I did more of technology projects. Technology project in terms of IT. And what happened while I was doing those things is that I really trained when it came to being able to pitch to a client, understanding products that are in the technical or technological world. I got certifications for sales. I got certifications for understanding products, and that's how I was able to build my my strengths around business development. But just to mention, even before that, it's something that I'm really proud of. I was able to sell chicken. I don't know that you.
So you're also in the business of selling chicken.
I sold chicken,
like someone we know.
Who's selling chicken? I don't know. But generally, yes.
You're not yet a billionaire.
I'm not a billionaire. Let me put it that way. So, but I sold chicken, and what happened is I realized there is money everywhere. I wasn't selling one chicken. I wouldn't sell chicken less than 100 pieces. That way, I was assured of making between 7 and 10K as my profit. So while I was honing my skills around being able to negotiate, to be able to know that if I put in a shilling here, I'm supposed to get an extra shilling or something like that. Then I grew again now in the IT field. I was able to be trained around sales skills and all. And that's how I ended up becoming business development manager for that firm. I grew my department from a place of 0 to a place where we were earning 750 million per year.
Wow.
Just through being able to engage, as I was told you, engage with the clients, understanding the problem and offering them solutions. Then I came to Synergetic. The approach that we have in Synergetic is a little different, and it's a learning every day. Changes that are leading towards learning and being able to grow your skill set moving on. So yes.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm hearing you say is, you had a background in engineering.
Yes.
But you had a passion for sales.
Yes.
That you're even doing or rather you had a business, you're selling chicken and probably a few other things. But now you found a way to merge the two.
Correct.
What you studied and what you are passionate about.
Correct.
And that is what now has culminated to what you're currently doing right now.
Yes.
Wow.
Put it way better than me.
I should be the other side.
At one point, how I stopped selling chicken, where I was, at one point, my days were very early. By 5 a.m. I was leaving the house. I used to do the business of chicken and also veggies in hotels and everything. So at one point, my car broke down at Wakulima Market. I walked back to the office very late. And on that particular day, the CEO decided that's the day he's going to have a meeting. We have never had meetings in that office where I was working before. Then I got in. What's happening? Man, everybody's quiet. It's like 9-ish. Everybody's quiet. What's happening? So I walked into the room. This guy shouted at me and told me, you need to decide whether you're going to sell vegetables and chicken or you're going to do business with us, with IT. You should take that decision. For goodness gracious sake, I don't know how he knew I was selling vegetables and chicken. I have a feeling that guy was NIS. But yes, so I sat down and pinched myself and decided, okay, it's not bad money, but at the end of the day, you need to make sacrifices to be able to grow.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Well, I can imagine having such a conversation with your boss. So would you mind to tell us about your first job in the industry? How was that?
My first job in the industry. I've done a lot of jobs. By industry you mean in?
So you've just probably graduated.
Yes.
You've come out here with a degree in your hand.
Yes.
With all these dreams and visions.
Correct.
You're hoping to get the first job that is paying you 250,000 per month as a graduate trainee, and then you land a job.
I was looking for 40K. You're talking about 250K.
You're not a dreamer like
that. Oh man, I stayed home. Let me tell you guys something. I went to an interview somewhere. This guy was recycling plastics. This lady was recycling plastics for roads, for these road signs and everything. So as opposed to having like a pillar, she's using plastics that have been strengthened and all. Went to that interview. You were kept from morning till say 2 p.m. So they brought us mandazi. I don't know whether you guys have eaten mandazi in your interview, but that was an interesting one. So first job. So I was called to by a lady that I know, and she said, okay, there's a job here. If you're interested, you can come over and learn while you're waiting to get you a proper job. under the industry of engineering. So I walked in, they liked me, give me some tasks to do there. IT, you've installed 100 softwares in your laptop maybe when you're in school, so I picked it up very fast. So while I was doing it, let me say my first major job is we engaged with a firm, a European firm that was looking for experts to go to Somalia to do network optimization. And I was also, are you able to do these certificates? Hey man, I did those certificates. I aced them. I still have my results. 98, 97, 98, 97. Those were certificates in networking. Think about it, Mechatronic has some aspect of electronic.
Yeah.
In electronic, there is networking. So I can say that was the first main job. So we happened to ace it very well. We happened to get all the credentials through those certifications, and it propelled our company to work with that firm that is in Europe. So the firm is a contracting firm. It was working for United Nations Support Office AMISOM. So it happened that I first worked, as my major job, I worked at UN, where we are currently having a project. I love that place. The food is really good and affordable. I don't know, 250, there's a buffet. Amalu, of course, I'll mention.
Tax free.
Thank you. Well, you've noticed that, eh?
Yeah,
Proper, well done.
Free,
With chefs who are wearing correct uniform, not those Simba uniform. So yes, so that's where we started. We gave them a report, sitting at office, I think it was block S or T, something like that. Then we went to Mogadishu. My first time on a flight to Mogadishu. Okay, I would have wanted to go to Europe, but Mogadishu was it. Got in there, loved the place. There's a lot of security protocols and all. Driven to a place where we were staying inside a container that was reinforced. Best chefs as well. We ate everything that we ever wanted, because the whole idea behind UN is they give you the best possible environment for you to work, because it's a stressful place already.
Yeah. It's a hardship area.
Yeah, it's a hardship area. So that's where I was. The guys who used to drink were getting beer for $2. Those who used to eat were getting food for a very good amount. But I did enjoy it. We went to Kismayo, we went to Garowe, we went to Doble, went back to Mogadishu. And the day that we were flying back, after doing all that job, the day that we were flying back is the day that there was an attack at Afmado. So yes, I realized that the true part is life can easily just switch from being a great space to things changing and you're dying and all. But generally, that's my first engagement. I really loved it. I had very good per diems. I was getting like $200 a day. When I came back, I bought a sofa set, a proper one. So that's how I engaged. But remember, this is a job that I'd also worked on the proposals, being able to propose to the European firm that we are capable of doing it. Went ahead and I looked for insurance for us to be there. Went ahead and I built on the cost and then executed it by being able just to do the network optimization. We came with a report, and that report was implemented eventually.
And you know, it's very interesting because just hearing all that story, a lot of the things that you're saying you're doing from scratch, you've never done a proposal before, you're doing it for the first time. You've gotten this job where you have a potential contract that requires certain specifications or other qualifications that you don't have. You go and do them and get the qualifications. You know, it's what we call kujituma. You're getting this job where you have to go to a hardship, and it's your first job. You know, that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. This is still your first job.
Yes, yes.
Your first job, you've had to do certification so that you're able to qualify, whether to qualify for that job. You have to be sent to a hardship area. You have to deal with a terrorist attack in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Well, I can imagine how that...
It's crazy.
You know, yeah.
It's
and
crazy.
To think that this is the first job. This is not that you've been in the market for a while.
But remember, let me tell you the kind of frustration I'd gotten. You know, life has a way of humbling you. So I sat at this interview from morning till 2 p.m. and you're given mandazi. And at the end of the day, mandazi and tea, and at the end of the day, you're not given the job. So you can imagine the kind of frustration that I'd faced between finishing school and trying to get a job. So I realized, hey, there's no way out. There's no looking back. Because you know where you're going back doesn't work. So
true.
It's only going forward.
True. And you know something interesting for us men sometimes, after campus, the moment you move out of your parents' home, you know, there's no going back.
There's no
going
back.
way to survive.
I happened to go back. I'm not going to lie. I did survive. After school, I had to go back, man. I had to go back. And then there's I have an old man who's more of military. He looks like military. So in the morning, he used to wake up. Vijana, my car is dirty. Man, I finished university, but you want me to wash your car again, everybody? It doesn't make sense. And I didn't have money once, so I went and he had some new socks. As the day I realized this guy is not my friend. You can't make enough money to buy even your own socks. Man.
So you are wearing his socks.
I wore his socks once.
And so you're a graduate.
I'm a graduate, man. You don't have money.
With an engineering degree.
Yes.
And you're wearing your dad's socks.
So you can imagine that frustration. You can imagine that frustration. Then I realized, hey man, money doesn't have a name written. It's not like I'll be written here chicken or something like that. So I just started broking chicken. We used to put chicken, but when there was a lack of chicken, I decided I can go and look for chicken from my neighbor and sell. That's why I became a broker. That's why I became a salesperson.
I hope you're selling your neighbor's chicken with their permission.
Of course. It's not like I was going and picking them. No, 100%.
Just for clarity.
It's a long process.
We're trying to distinguish you from the other chicken seller.
It was through permission. I had permission.
So yours were legit?
Yes, very legit. Very legit.
So Tom, even as now we dive into the meat of this and just getting to learn more about your role as a business developer, what would you say are some of the critical skills that someone needs to have to be a successful business developer?
I believe you should have an eye for detail. I believe you should be able to, the best skill possible will be able to pick out opportunities or problems in clients' premises, in clients' offices, in clients' areas, being able to pick out a problem. Now, there are guys who are really good. Case in point, whenever you guys are going home, you are in a car, you are in a job, the guys along the road who sell to you crisps, njugu and stuff like that. But they're not there in the morning. In the morning you've had your breakfast, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're not there in the morning. So they're able to pick, these guys are really good salespeople. So they're able to know the right time to engage you. They're able to know when is highly likely that you're going to purchase this product. They're able to know they're not going to sell to anybody who's walking. They're going to sell for people who are in a car.
That's true.
So if you think about it, being able just to understand, okay, I have this client, and this is a problem that the client is facing, isn't it? So that's one thing. And this client, I'm going to sell to him 100 bob worth of crisps or 200 bob worth of crisps, isn't it? Because if I go and sell to somebody who's maybe walking, highly likely that 100 bob they're going to use it for fare. They're not going to use it for...
Or they're walking because they don't have fare.
Yes, correct. So there's no way that they're going to purchase that 100 bob worth of crisp. And then I need to position myself in the right place. Case in point, if you look at it, you're positioning yourself at the junction, people who are going to carry.
At a place where somebody is very likely
So you need to understand your client as well. There's no way I'm going to sell to a client a solution that doesn't work for them. One, I need to sell to them at the right time. I need to sell to them knowing their capacity for them to buy it. So just having that detail of the problem of the client, then being able to now package it and selling it to the client.
And I like especially the examples you've given, that you need to be able to be in a position where you can identify a problem. You know, sometimes even some clients don't understand, rather they don't know the problem that they have. You know. So just being able to identify that problem and then go beyond that and now also be able to identify a solution
and selling it to them.
The solution needs to be tailor-made for them.
Yes,
you know,
correct.
Just because you've identified someone on the road who's stuck in traffic and they're probably hungry, doesn't mean that they are likely to eat nyama choma. You never see nyama choma being hawked.
Yes, yes.
You know?
Yes.
But they'll be in for a quick snack, something
Yes.
they can be biting as they are
On their way home.
as they're driving.
And when you get home, your wife doesn't tell you umekula wapi.
Yes. Madam
You can
Yupi
still,
huyo
you can still eat
anakupikianga.
and make sure. Umekuja hii logic, unakuja kwa nyumba kama logic no. So unalala unaamka. So at least you need to take something light, get it work. Yes.
Okay.
So ideally, that's what we are doing. Even think about it. There's a product that we have introduced called development management. We have clients who have learned and they don't even know how to utilize it. So we are able to tell them, okay, this land, this is what you can do about it. At the end of the day, this is the cost. But if you don't have this money, we can assist you to get financing. But if you can't pay the financing, we can assist you with a smaller project, something around that. So you're just building upon a problem or upon an opportunity that you have seen with the client, all the way to now to giving them final solution.
So basically what you're saying is you're able to give a wholesome solution.
Yes.
You even already identified the potential problems or concerns the client could be having with your proposal.
Yes.
Like for example, you've identified they have a piece of land.
Yes.
You have a project you're proposing for them, and you foresee a situation where they probably don't have the financing.
Correct.
You're already also giving them proposals on how to finance
the project,
isn't it?
Yes.
And even just giving them some kick,
Yes.
some small capital to start.
Yes.
Interesting.
So we go and we sit down with banks or we sit down with financials, people who are able to assist or people who are able to give funds for that project to kick off. As long as we are showing a potential return on the investment, they're able to give us. So generally that's it.
Interesting. You know, you've reminded me of this story of some poor man who wanted their child to be the CEO of a very big company.
Yes.
And then he went to the MD of that company.
Correct, yes.
Akamwambia, no, I can't give you this job.
Yes.
I don't know you. And then they went to, I think, like Bill Gates.
Yes, I'm the
I want
Bill Gates.
your kid to be married to my son.
Yeah.
If I remember that story, I'll be able to tell you. But basically how you're able to give a solution that is all-rounded.
Correct.
You see the potential problem that they could be having with your solution, and then you give another layer of solution. Whatever problem they could be having with that, another layer. So that at the end of the day, you have a wholesome product that it's almost difficult for them to say no.
Yeah.
You know.
If you say no, it's up to you. It's not based on the data that you have provided.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe it's a wait, not a no.
Okay, interesting. So in BD, are there any current trends or innovative technologies that you're employing to execute your role?
Wow, that's a tough question. BD is BD, sales is sales. Sales is sales, so it's just you to understand the product and being able to put it out there. So what will be the current trend? What has happened, I'll take you back to the development management. What has happened is, as opposed to sitting and waiting for a client to give you the problems, as opposed to only working with the normal traditional client, the trend that we are doing is we are going to a client who has potential, but they don't know they do have the potential. We are going to the client who has 20 acres piece of land that we have identified has a great potential, but to them, maybe they are satisfied with the amount of money that they have, or maybe they just are clueless on what to do.
Or they are waiting for the land to appreciate and then they will sell it.
Yes. So as opposed to it appreciating, why don't we make it more valuable to you?
Yeah.
So that's the current trend. So we are not only dwelling with the traditional client, we are not only dealing with the normal say, industries and all. Now we are going to the next level. So William, you have 100 acres. Let's do something with it.
So basically value addition.
Value addition.
You have certain assets that you're currently not using, and now you give them ideas.
Well, value addition is the right word, yes.
Yeah. I feel like I need to do
I know. Yes.
All right. So Wana Thomas, as you go about executing your responsibility as a business development manager, what are some of the challenges that you face executing your role?
I think it's a fight that we always have with the engineers and the construction managers. It's because we go in and we sell a solution. We sell all the bells and whistles. That's the right one. We have told the client the way we are going to give you a very perfect solution and everything. And while at it, you realize that it's not coming out as you had expected. You know. So if I gave you one particular solution that we did was along. It was along Southern Bypass. We were supposed to do hydroseeding. And we had sold this crazy solution. You know, hydroseeding, how does it sound? It sounds like something crazy.
That's the
out
name
of
itself.
Hydroseeding, man. Then, you know, when you're talking to the director of the engineers, you've told them the way you're going to seed using water and pressure. And then you show them pictures. This thing is being blown out of the pipe with a lot of pressure, you know. So it happened that we are installing the solution around Southern Bypass. Honestly, I had also expected it to be very spectacular. So we had regional engineers who were coming in.
What?
We had regional engineers, we had guys from maintaining companies. So along Southern Bypass, we had like 10 vehicles. These double cabins and everything. Every new vehicle that you'll think of. I'm telling you, those new Nissans, those new Prados, so they are the who's and who's. And for some reason, they started taking videos. And for some reason, the machine failed. This out of the world hydroseeding machine that we have spoken about, it failed to perform as it. So it started spilling, but the way it was spilling, the seeds is not as expected. There was a lot of gooiness and everything. I think we hadn't gotten to a point where we had mastered the machine and the solution properly. So they were a little disappointed. Okay. But at the end of the day, we got the solution right. It has been used over and over again. It is a solution that we have sold and it's been seen. So the expectations of the client sometimes are hurried and the expectations are very, very high. Seeing that we have sold a crazy solution or a fast solution, it can be a building that we are selling. You have told the client that by December you'll have it ready. So the client always comes back to you, but you told us by this and this time it should be ready. So it's that fight. For me, I sell a dream. You guys, you're doing the critical realizing that dream, but before you see it through, it takes a while. So I think that's a challenge, and if you're able to click those two, you're good. With the traditional clients, the clients who have done it over and over again, they understand. The young clients, they don't.
True. And you know, just also from the engineering background, I think one of the challenges that we face that is aligned to that is, as a business development manager, you go and sell a Mercedes to a client.
Yes.
And then now you come and tell the engineering team, the client wants a Mercedes, but budget near Toyota.
I know. We always do that.
I'm a timeline near Toyota.
Yes.
And then now, me as the engineer, I have to spend sleepless nights
thinking about how you're going
to deliver a Mercedes in a budget near Toyota. How do you usually bridge that gap? Because I think that's probably one of the challenges that you'd face as a business development manager, that you're selling a product and sometimes also, you know, you need to be competitive.
Yes.
Client maybe has an alternative or another vendor who wants to supply the same product, and in the process of trying to win this client, you maybe communicate a timeline that will not be difficult but will pose a challenge to your team now, the people that are going to be on the ground. How do you usually bridge that gap?
So most of the times, whenever we're going for these sales and pre-sales, we're going to engage an engineer that we'll work with. They're more realistic, but at the same time, you know, the client is expecting to hear different things. So how do we bridge that? Let me tell you, I don't want to bridge it. That's your problem. Why should I bridge a problem that is in you?
And this is why engineers and business development managers
we never
and project managers will always be at loggerhead.
Why is it my problem that you guys should execute it?
You go and pitch during the day.
Yes.
But now you guys probably don't burn the midnight oil. You don't meet.
I know.
But now as the engineer, I have to find a way to make this work, because you've already sold this to the client. You sold the idea to the client, you will be able to execute.
Yes.
You even given them examples of projects you've delivered.
Yes.
And you forget that the previous project you delivered, we didn't sleep for a whole week.
Yes.
Now you want us to also not sleep for 2 weeks.
It's a thin line, pleasing the client, and at the end of the day, delivering.
Yeah.
But most of the projects, at the end of it, all you'll find that we're able to meet the project within the timeline and the set budget.
True. And I think just also to tetea my guys, because now the engineering team is are the ones who usually execute. One of the things that we usually try to do is, first of all, prioritize quality. We'd rather miss out on a timeline, but ensure that the product that we deliver will want the client coming back.
Correct.
You know, sometimes you can deliver within the timeline, but the quality is not at par. You're very likely to use...
And they will never come back to us again.
Exactly. Yes. So you'd rather deliver on quality and ask for an extension. And we always push that to you. Tell your boss, Tom, ulimwambia wiki mbili bana. Hii kitu ni kazi ya mwezi mzima.
At least they've paid a deposit. But you'll understand, yes, it's a thin line, and we need to make sure that we keep the money rolling. True.
All right. Okay. So have you had any interesting moments in your career that you found very rewarding?
Yes.
Maybe you could share.
So this was supposed to be the entire story, but anyway, it's okay. So one of the best projects that we went to, we have done very many projects. We have sold materials. We have been part of proposals that have gone through, that I sailed through, big proposals. But I want to pick this one out. It's for Desert Rose. It's one of those projects that I really found rewarding. Just the journey from inception all the way to being able to start doing the project. So the client asked us to pay a site visit, and me being me, I love driving. Manual cars, to be particular. I was given a vehicle, a manual car, since we were told that the terrain is not so good.
Where was the site?
The site is in Samburu.
Whoa.
And it's not your normal Samburu there in town Isiolo. No.
Side of Kenya.
Samburu, you get to Isiolo on your way to Marsabit, and then you go through Wind Power. So you turn left. But I thought we had made the biggest journey, the longest journey at that juncture, when you are turning left into Arafat.
On the tarmac now, you're going
then
to the
we realized things are different. But generally, let me tell you, red flags started showing. Of course, apart from some of your previous guests getting late.
Names shall not be mentioned.
Names shall not be. I have to mention, this guy put us through a lot of trouble. Why? Anyway. we eventually got to Mwai, where he lives. It was Samson, the planner, Asega, Mwai, and myself. I was the driver. I was the designated driver. I'd hoped Samson would hold fort for me, but the vehicle proved to be a little difficult. It's not the manual car.
Gen Z is na magari manual.
Thank you. So we went all the way to Isiolo. But when you go to Isiolo, it was about 9:30, 10. When I was reversing from a petrol station, I hit a pole. Not really tough, but I realized my brakes had failed.
Whoa.
So we had to fix the brakes. So we fixed the brakes. We still have no idea where we're going to. You're still easy. We are just happy. It's all it's all inshallah, vibes and inshallah. We went, we bought some food because we had requested to buy, and we took off. Achas Post is after Isiolo, isn't it?
Yes, after Isiolo, yeah.
And there is a place that there are some cops there that are border patrol.
The border control,
Man, me, I'm used to going to Western. I've never seen these guys before.
And they're like Marines.
Yes. So me, I saw cars that were parked along the road. I'm like, we have not been stopped. So what do? You swerve to the right side and you just go as if you're passing. Man. Second red flag. These guys cocked their guns.
Both.
So they cocked their guns and they blocked the road. And a small guy came to the end. So
which vehicle are you using?
The double cabin, the green one, KDA.
You know double cabins are favorite for terrorists.
Yes, Toyota. So these guys cocked. Hey, I realized, man, we are in problem. Let me not use the bad word. So we put the vehicle kando. Some short guy came. They're dressed in. They're dressed like those soldiers we see in America and stuff like that.
Marines, maze.
Came over to my side. Wewe unajifanya sana wewe, Unajifanya uko na kifua, wewe naweza kuteremsha pati nitakutandika. I'm afraid, yes. But at the same time, like, man, there's nothing. My ego is really. So he told us, rudi huko nyuma kabisa. So the place where they are and the section where they have put a road sign saying stop. It's quite like 200-300 meters. Rudi huko nyuma usome alafu kuja. Turn the car, went all the way back. Student stop. Then I came very slowly. I'm very humble now, I'm very humble. So these guys are laughing at me. They are seated in those cars. You know that vehicle that they sit on, just on the periphery of the road. So they're laughing at me. So eventually they checked us. We left. They told us, mnataka kwenda huko na mkiuliwa. So we went. Then we got to the point where you are taking the turn into what's it called? Into
the exit now from
the exit, yes. Power. Something power. Wind power road. So you're leaving now and you're going into the rough road. And we started driving. Now, while we are driving, I asked these guys, it's about 11-12 noon. I asked these guys, so what time does it say we are going to make it to Desert Rose?
Google Maps, that is.
Google Maps. So these guys tell me, this thing says we are going to get there by 2 a.m. in the morning. 2 a.m.
Wait. It's noon and it's telling you.
Yes, 2 a.m. I think it was something weird, a weird time like that. 2 a.m.
Whoa.
We knew we were in problems, man. What? The road was so bad. So I was driving very slowly, as if you were driving a Toyota on these rough roads. So I realized, okay, this guy is meant to be driven on rough roads.
It's come on, it's a terrorist favorite. So
yes, I don't like where you're going. So we started driving. I took off. Had to drive much faster. We got to the first town, Gurnit. There we were told this and this direction is how you're going to go. It's getting to night. By the way, it got to night very, very fast. We are still on rough road. We don't really know where we are going. Mwai, I told you, Mwai keeps telling us, just take this road, just go. Now. It's getting to almost 6 p.m. And phones are now dying. We didn't plan to carry chargers.
Because
we didn't expect we are going. Yes, we didn't expect. And guys are on GPSs and all.
Yeah.
Got tonight, we got to a satellite town in there. So it was I was getting tired, I was getting frustrated. Nobody else can drive the same way that I drive.
There's no one who can assist.
There's no one who can assist me. So got tonight, 7 a.m. Then third red flag. So we are driving at night. So the only things that are hitting you are grasshoppers and they are hitting with that light.
Giza kianza a lot of insects on the road.
And you know the light is attracting them to the car. So we are hitting it. Then at a close distance, I see some lights. And I hear some guys. It's like guys are talking. So we drive. I go to that point. Actually, let me just go back. So I call somebody who's close to me. Works with an NGO. Atujafika, kaniambia kwanza huko, once it gets to 6 you need to get to a place where you can sleep because it's very, very dangerous.
The same, yeah.
Now, I've not stopped to take a leak or anything. I'm scared now.
You've not had a biological break at any point.
That person should not have told me that at that particular moment. Because going ahead, that's when I think 30 minutes in, that's when I saw those lights. So it was guys on motorbikes with torches and everything, and they were talking. Then when I got to that point, now I'm freaked. I'm totally scared, like properly scared. I tell these guys, okay, fine. Kaini chonjo, kuna venye tutasonga. What do? I take the car to gear 1. The place was sandy, lager.
Yeah.
You know what they call lager?
Yeah.
Sand beds for rivers.
To whatever,
so you can't really drive fast.
They don't have bridges.
Yes.
They usually have like concreted whatever.
Yes.
Across the.
So I see these guys. There are like 4 of them and everything. So gear 1, car. Mafuta, 20. I went, I swerved. Just when I swerved, the car went off. As in, I couldn't move any longer, so it's the tires are just running.
Imekoma kwa mchanga.
Imekoma kwa mchanga. I'm like, okay, kama leo ndio siku yetu ya kufa.
Bas.
Finally. What do these guys come and tell? Hey, mchanga inakuanga mbaya. Mbona mlikuwa mnakimbia? These guys are just normal people, man. There's nothing crazy. They actually assisted us to push the vehicle out of that place. That was the first place I took a leak because now let's keep going. Along the road, it was still challenging. We got to another point. I think Asega and Mwai were even asleep that night.
Wait. How are these guys sleeping?
I don't know.
You're in the middle of
either they were asleep or they were very quiet because everybody was scared. Either they were asleep or very quiet. And then, I come from Western. You guys know. So at the center of the road, we came across a bird, an owl.
Oh,
man, we know what owls indicate, isn't it?
Hapo mtu because suspicious person.
Samson was my co-driver. From that point on, Samson did not talk. It's almost 9:30, 10. It's getting to 10. And then this bird didn't fly off immediately when we were approaching it. It didn't fly off, so it took some time, then flew off. So anyway, we go to one town. It's called South and something. I don't know. I'll try and recall that name. We had assumed we had gotten to the point because this guy was leading us, telling us, just put on the lights. We were 2.5 hours away. Still,
what time is
at
it
night?
now?
It's like 10ish.
10 in the
night. So we got a guy to guide us. That guy told us the right thing. He told us to get to Desert Rose, you need like 2.5 hours. But some other guys are telling us we need 30 minutes.
Wow.
Anyway, we got him. We were to sleep. Mwai again intervened. Mwai has just a problem with risk. He loves risk.
Tuseme tu Mwai si mtu
Si mtu wa kwenda naye. When you're going to a new place, don't go with Mwai. If you're going with Mwai, go with the one more person. Mwai said, tusilale hapa. Let us just go and sleep in Desert Rose. Okay, fine. Go this guy. He asked us for 2,500. For a 30 minutes ride, you're just going to show us like the journey to this place. It wasn't adding up.
But is it now you guys are desperate?
We were desperate. Do you think that guy got us to the point? No. He got us. We came across a lorry. He spoke to that guy and then told us, wacha niwafikishe hawa kwa ile junction alafu nirudi. So when you go to that junction, yes, he was going back now. When we go to that junction, the interesting thing he told us, unajua wanawake wetu unaweza rudi kwa nyumba upate mtu mwingine amekureplace, so we went back.
Ukuje upate mkuki,
mkuki imedungwa.
Apparently when you come and you find a mkuki on your door, it's not your house.
It's no longer your house, man.
But anyway.
It's your house, but it's no longer. Anyway, so we got to that junction and he told us, just follow this junction all the way. When we were looking at our maps,
according to him, amemaliza assignment yake.
I honestly thought we were going to go less than 30 minutes and we got there. And this place is Siguta Valley. I don't know whether you know Siguta Valley.
Yeah, Siguta Valley. Yeah.
So I'm scared. I'm still scared. Remember the call that I got? You're not supposed to travel at night.
Because this place is a volatile area.
As long between that town and that section, we also met what are these cars called when you graduate from a bike, not from a boda, not a bike. What cars do guys buy? A Probox. Tabia watu wa Probox na wanduthi inakuwa the same anyway. So we got a Probox there, and again I got scared. But anyway, we drove in, went down. Mwai still keeps telling us, just follow the road. Go to a point, he says these are...
So as Mwai is giving you these directions, where is he getting? Because I'm assuming at this point all your devices may die.
Yake ndio ilikuwa ina survive peke yake. For some reason, we had one power bank and we all decided, since Mwai is a GIS expert, his phone should be the one with...
Say to red flag number 1.
Yeah! He's a red flag number 5.
Mwai should have been the first red. Actually, Mwai was the first red flag asubuhi.
Yes, akichelewesha. But anyway, then we go to a river. He's still telling us, you need to cross this river. There is a road across. At that point, I think everybody was angry. We are angry, we are tired, we are hungry. So there's nothing we can do. So we just stopped. I think I got to a point where I decided, even if there are hippos in this river, it's okay, they can come and... Second leak of the this leak that we are taking, it's not all about that you have taken a lot of water. No, it's fear. Fear is driving the leak. When I looked across, I realized there might be a promising road on the other end. So we crossed. Eventually we crossed. Nobody else has seen it, but me, I just used my guts and Mwai's intuitions, and we went across. We went all the way into the town. The town is called Wasorongai. It's now almost getting to 1 a.m. in the night.
Wow. So you've been on the road since morning?
Yes. 5. Tired, I'm totally tired.
I can imagine.
We got this driver. Yeah. Apparently he's the one who knows how to get from the Wasorongai town into the Desert Rose place. I was very happy. We gave him the car. He was driving on a low all the way. The road is almost 70 degrees up.
What?
But I was tired. I was like, just do your thing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
We are going and it's sliding back down. On the right side, it's a gorge. So we are sticking to the left side. We got down. This guy was just driving. I'm telling you, the entire road up there was just doing a low. It's sliding and everything.
Yeah.
But we got there. We got a warm meal, just to mention.
And at what time did you arrive?
That was now past 1 a.m.
So Google Google
It
Maps
was correct.
Right.
It was correct.
Google Maps was
Because
correct.
it was past
actually.
1 a.m.
Where?
When we got this guy, he took us through a small river, then he started going up. It was now that desert road. Where it's a beautiful place, man. It's a place that I will tell anybody to go there. You need to go there without your phone, without anything, and just enjoy time. It's a beautiful place.
Be prepared for the long.
Yes, for the long treacherous journey. Yes, you need to.
And don't take Mwai with you.
Don't take why. But so the next day we had our engagement. We did a site survey. Then we drove back. Now we are driving back at 7. The first 7 a.m. found us in the Wasurungai town, and that's when I realized, honestly, God was on our side when we were driving, because everybody had a gun.
Wow. The people that you're
Everybody
passing
had a
along the
gun.
road.
Everybody had a gun.
Where?
So when you got down there at the town, you remember the driver who helped us.
Yeah.
Now he has to go back to the Sadros on foot.
Yeah.
And then once we were there, we got lost. Mwai once again. Red flag number 7. Mwai
I
decided
think you
that
should have left Mwai on site.
he told us turn right instead of just going around the town. So when you're turning right, we got some guys, some of these Samburu guys. Hey, mnaenda wapi? Mtubebe sisi. I'm telling you, they are young, they are very energetic. All of them have not an AK-47, no, a G3. You know those long ones?
Yeah. The very new ones.
So they went at the back of the vehicle. They were standing. So as you're driving through the holes, you're hearing the guns knock on that window.
And worse still, you could probably meet people like another hostile tribe, and they think that you're part of
That's
this
what
team,
happened, man.
and they have guns.
Yes. So we got to a point. Go to a point, and this guy is
in a hard place, because again you can't.
Remember, we are going now the opposite direction.
Yeah.
The opposite direction, you're going into Turkana.
Oh.
And then after Turkana, you're getting to these guys who are now proper bandits. It's a beautiful place. It's really a beautiful place. If you go in there, day one, just stay in the tents.
Yeah.
Don't live in the rooms, because the rooms are open to the night skylight. Of course, there are animals.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Cheetahs and stuff like that. I don't know, but it's hard of them.
But you didn't encounter any wild animals?
We did. We
you
encountered a
mentioned the
fissy. We encountered a fissy on our way up. On our way to that place, we encountered a fissy.
Are you talking about an actual hyena, or you encountered
A natural hyena with 4 legs. Anyway, so we encountered it, and while we were going, we encountered a Samburu Moran coming down. So I asked these guys, okay, should we tell him that
that there's a
there's a fissy, there's a hyena going up? Mwai says, watu wamezoea. Hakuna haja.
Maybe even he was looking for that hyena.
Hakuna haja, wamezoea. Anyway, that was one of the most fulfilling. It took me out of town. It took me into Abundo's place where I enjoyed and everything.
Wow, I can
So
imagine.
one of the best fulfilling trip. I know, and as I started saying, we've gotten many projects, but that particular one was really good.
The experience was actually very
beautiful,
very adventurous.
Yes, yes.
Well, interesting. I think what we need to do is we need to get Moi's side of this story.
Yeah.
We need to get Moi's side. We need to have Moi back. A lot of allegations have been made against Moi.
Please do.
And we also, we also need to have either a Sega or Samson
to prove to
as a third party, because I know Moi is also going to come with his own allegations.
Moi took us into Suguta Valley, man, that guy. But it's a good place.
The GIS guy, the guy who's supposed to know directions.
The GIS guy, man.
Wow,
Yeah.
interesting. Such an adventurous, must have been a very adventurous trip.
It was.
All right, okay. So Tom, even as we start to wind down, are there any, what do you enjoy most about your role as a business developer? And also to tie into that, are there any particular moments in your career that you found particularly rewarding?
All right.
Yeah.
I think the best thing that you can ever enjoy is being able to close a business. It's one of the toughest things. It takes quite a long sales cycle, but it's so fulfilling knowing that I've been able to bring 1 million, 300,000, 5 million, 10 million, 13, 20, 100. It feels really, really good. And it's one of the best feelings that anybody can ever feel, because then you know you have delivered on your role.
True. And you know, the other beautiful thing about it is that for every job that you bring, it's not just about you being fulfilled. There are the likes of us who will get to execute that job and make a living from it.
Yes.
The company is going to earn a living, as in there's so many people who are going to benefit from that one job that you've delivered, you know. Interesting. Okay. And any particular moments that you found rewarding or fulfilling for you?
I think every day that I wake up is great. It's fulfilling. Thanks to God.
I feel like you're giving us a textbook response.
I know. I'll switch, but I feel really good whenever I wake up and I'm able to work and I'm able to deliver on my role. It's fulfilling. Just to be in the morning knowing that you're impacting lives, as you've been able to say. It's work, but Synergetic is more of a family.
True.
And
can attest to that.
You can attest to it.
Yeah.
And when we were starting, or when we were somewhere 2-3 years back, we used to have very many activities. And whenever there's money, you're going to feel that money will not be held back from activities and stuff like that. People say our CEO ni kama baba mjaluo, akipata pesa
akiwa na pesa
sherehe. So it's a good thing just to know that we have somebody who also thinks about us from a level where he's able to reward us for the times. And one of the moments that we had is, yes, again, I'll say we do work, we do execute, but away from all this, something that I'll always remember is we got a chance to go up Mount Kenya.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the best things. If I ever work in the biggest farms, Wally, Parsons, and the such bigs, Rumble, and everything else, those big places, I will still remember this one thing that I did.
True. And the fact that you got to do it with your colleagues at work.
Yes.
You know.
And it was done through a company that I'm working for.
Yes.
So
and it was actually financed.
Yeah, it was financed by the company.
You know?
Actually, I got 100% financing. I didn't miss any of those hikes.
Yeah.
So I didn't even chuck a shilling. No. I only bought my kit for going up the mountain and all. Yeah, I did enjoy that, and I did enjoy going up Mount Kenya. If you have that picture where we are sat there
with the Synergetic
yes,
on top
that was really fulfilling.
It's Batian.
Yes,
that was a nice one. I even remember I took a photo. Interestingly enough, I'd carried my reflective vest.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and I took a photo of you with the reflective vest.
Yes.
That was nice.
It was really great. Yeah. 5 days of pure endurance, 5 days of enjoying your time together, getting up there and seeing the world, and knowing that you have the people who are surrounding you it's your company, it's your family. It's more, and that's why I keep saying it's more than just a company to me. It's more of a family.
True.
Yes.
True. And you can also just speak to the friendships that we made.
Yes.
Tackling those challenges together. Yes. Camping in the cold.
Yes.
Boss.
That was crazy. The first day that I opened my tent in the morning, I swiped off, and that was ice. That was like it was like panga or something. Ice. You just swiping off ice and everything. It was really cold, and that's the same day that you guys almost gave up on me. I still remember some people were saying, "Wacha huyu arudi bana, ameshalemewa." But you guys were not good. You are not fair to me.
I remember day 2, when you just after breakfast. Now we are starting that hike to shift on, and then a few like AMs in, Tom is like, guys, and then mbele kidogo, I need a break. Niendeleeni mningoje huko mbele, I'll catch up. Kidogo Tom disappears into.
Do you know the interesting thing? The person who was saying that I should go back was carried up there
after the summit.
I won't say who, but he was carried up the summit.
No. We mentioned Moi's name, please.
Do you want us to mention his name?
No need.
Marianne. Marianne said I should go back because I was suffering. I was having very bad body. Back to base camp. You can imagine it's day 2. You've just started, and you're told to go back. Anyway,
well, the mountain taught us things. That mountain, eh?
Come was real, eh?
You know, there are people that you thought are fit.
Yeah.
There are people, you know, when you're just starting the trek from the gate, and then unaona ujamaa kuna hii saika ameanza na huyu atatangulia kwa mlima huyu. Boss, 2-3 km down the line ni ana
things have changed.
The people you thought are physically fit, and then you realize, boss.
Yeah.
Well, that was a very interesting one. Asante for taking us back there, man.
I really enjoyed it.
And like I was saying, some of the bonds that we created there, you know, even how we'd work with colleagues after that experience,
it's different.
Was different,
totally
because
different.
We got to interact, we got to socialize, you got to know a side of, especially for me, it was with the project managers, because you know we work a lot with project managers, yeah. And most often a project manager would call you asking you questions, or they've gone and committed, like you were saying, you've committed a timeline to a client that is not practical. And then now, before that, those social events, you'd be like, boss, shida yako inakuanga nini? You know, you'd be a bit hostile towards them. And then now you get to interact with them, you get to socialize, and you get to know another side of them, and you are more friendly in your interactions at work. You know.
Can I tell you something now from what you've mentioned?
Yeah.
The first time we were with Ian, God rest his soul in peace. The first time we were with Ian, I was just sending him, I need this design, Then we went to
the tree
planting exercise.
Yeah.
So, hujajuana na mtu hujamzoea.
Yes, hujaimuona actually. You've never physically met them.
Then William brings us all together. William, he comes up with a game. I don't know what colors. We were
concentration is the game.
Yes. So I don't know him so well, and if it was me, maybe I would have taken a step back. I wouldn't have done that, being new, and I don't know you guys. And he starts doing that. And I remember looking at him. I'm like, this guy is just new.
Yeah, man.
And he has already.
He's already blending
in. So the next time I was meeting him in the office, like, hey boss, I was even at his desk, and we were engaging. That's the same engagement that we had. We should have more of these things, actually. We should.
We're trying to plan more of them, because we realized your interaction with people in the office becomes different after we had an interaction with them in a social setting or outside the office. And we're trying to find ways to do more of those. We've had a challenge, especially with budget and of course just getting time off and getting people to make time to meet. But we're trying to plan more of those.
Actually, they should not even be expensive. As long as we can get a soda and biscuits, then we go to such a place.
True. And even
together.
Like that tree planting, for example, how we went about it. It wasn't really an expensive activity. So
I'll ask everybody, guys, if it's possible for you to join this thing, just come. Anthony was there. Who thought Anthony
I know.
There are
people you'd not think
they can come to such events and spend time. It was really
Anthony is part of our finance. Anthony from finance, right? Yeah. So we need to plan more of those, and hopefully we'll get more people to come and just get to interact and socialize. And all right. If you could work, have you thought of a project that you felt if you could work on it, you'd feel very fulfilled?
Yes. The project will be, to be exact, Octavia Carbon. So these guys are doing crazy things. And think about it. I know the kind of carbon that is being produced by both by greenhouses. They're called greenhouses gases, GHG, and just greenhouses gases and carbon, the kind of gases that have been produced. It's very, very high. And what we are doing is we are replicating, or we are trying to do what a tree ideally should be able to do. Actually, sometimes a tree produces carbon dioxide, isn't it? Carbon dioxide.
During the night.
Yeah. But we are trying to inject carbon into the ground. And the best part about it is in the Great Rift Valley, we have this balsatic. Are they called balsitic? Our geography. basaltic rock, the volcanic rocks that are porous, and being able to take the carbon off the air,
From the
then
environment,
liquefy it, and then inject it into the ground, into these rocks. It can be done in places like Luvale where we have that volcanic rocks. So I would enjoy being part of the team that implements that project, just to ensure that we are able to get to a place where we are net zero carbon dioxide, or net negative carbon dioxide, being able to reduce the carbon dioxide that we have in the air.
So basically what these guys are doing, or rather Octavia Carbon, what they're doing is they are kind of reducing the carbon footprint, or rather they are kind of basically like you've said it, what trees do during the day, photosynthesis and whatnot. Basically they are taking carbon from the environment and injecting it into the ground where there is minerals or some rocks, like you're saying, that synthesize it and emit environmental friendly byproducts.
For trees, is it at night or at day? Because they take in carbon and then they produce oxygen.
They produce oxygen. I think that's during the day. What
during
the
day,
photosynthesis?
Photosynthesis. Yeah? During the day. So they produce. They produce carbon dioxide at night.
Yeah, at night they take in oxygen and
produce.
And that's why they say it's not recommended to
have trees in your house.
In your bedroom.
Neza nyongo.
Yeah, bana, and then umefunga windows because they produce CO2.
They're called tree plants, parents.
Just because you're wondering, we have a high schooler on set. Niana tukumbusha.
So but ideally a tree will need very many trees. We'll need a very vast land to put these trees on, for it to be able to, for them to be able to absorb the carbon dioxide or carbon dioxide.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But you can imagine just one. I know these guys of Octavia Carbon, they want to do 5,000 tons.
Wow.
In 2026. In 2026, I believe. To inject it into the ground. So they remove that footprint. So 5,000 tons in 2026.
Oh, that's a lot, eh?
Yeah. So ideally, but it's not a lot if you look at what will be produced.
If you look at it against
what is being produced, yes. But generally, we'll want to be part of that. We'll want to make change. I've enjoyed being part of the Drillmatic Geosynthetics that does mainly utilizes geosynthetic as opposed to hard surfaces, reducing the carbon footprint. But this will be a bigger thing. So if I will be involved in any project, I'll learn to be involved with that.
Interesting. And it's something that we are chasing, right?
Yes.
It's one of the projects that we're currently chasing and hoping that
we'll be able to
work with them, because it's a very interesting project. It's a sustainability, or rather a green project that I think Synergetic would be very proud to be a part of. Yeah, so crossing our fingers and hoping that you'll be able to land us that project.
Yes, and maybe just as a by the kind of carbon being produced in the world by 2050 will be doing 50 million tons of carbon annually.
Whoa.
So there is a lot of potential.
Yeah.
There is a lot of potential.
So
it might not only be Octavia Carbon. It might be Synergetic Carbon. I don't know. You never think about it. There is a space there that has not. All the startup companies have started in 2023, 2022, 2020, 2023. So it's a space that has not been fully tapped. Yes.
Interesting. I want to learn more about that concept of extracting carbon dioxide from the environment and pumping it.
They call it direct air capture.
Direct air capture.
Then it uses fans, and once the fans blow in the air into a sorbent, or it's a combination of calcium oxide, something like that, into a sorbent, it's captured. So that sorbent captures carbon dioxide. I don't know the process, but it captures the carbon dioxide. Then it is heated, it removes the carbon dioxide, then it is compressed. Then it's given to seller. We work with seller. You know seller? Seller now are the ones who now inject it into the ground.
I'd be interested especially to understand the process, because again, as you're capturing the CO2 from the environment, how do you filter it so that you don't end up pumping oxygen also. Yeah,
I see.
I'm very interested.
But it's
just
interesting.
to understand on high level the process of how
So
all
ideally,
that works out.
Ideally, whenever we are going to sell to a client, I will take time to understand that, because you can imagine standing in front of a client and you're clueless what they're doing. So even if you're going to sell them a solution of being able to do just doing infrastructural services, maybe a slab, something like that, a shed.
Have an idea.
You need to have an idea what these guys are doing, and you need to have real interest. So you need to research. So before you sit in front of that client, you really need to research, know what these guys are doing, why they're at it, what value to be providing, then you engage us.
You know, it's interesting. We had one of the previous interviews we had was with our legal mind. That's Grace. And one of the questions I asked her was why they call themselves learned friends. And one of the responses she gave was that they have to do background research, they have to learn about a certain profession. If they're going to represent a doctor, they need to have some research on medicine, so that when they're presenting this doctor, they present facts. If they're representing an engineer, similar thing. And apparently that is why they call themselves learned.
Yes.
And you know, it's interesting because I was with the different people that we've interviewed.
Yes.
We've actually come to learn there's a bit of research that goes into your whatever, into your, because like yourself, just like you're saying also, if you're going to pitch to Octavia Carbon, you need to have
an idea of what they're doing, honestly. Yes.
Yeah, you need to do some background research, you need to do, and even me as an engineer, when I'm designing for a project, if I'm designing a hospital, I need to find out what kind of utilities do they have, what kind of facilities, are they specialized equipment, how do you make provisions for that? So at the end of the day, Madam Grace, what you're saying is that we are all learned friends.
Yes.
We are all learned friends.
Unless you don't want to learn. But if you don't learn, you'll always find yourself being basic whenever you're talking to these guys.
Yeah, or you have to work with the whole team.
Yes, you know, to be able to do that.
You have to go. You ask a question, you say, "Hey, William, respond." You ask a legal question, "Hey, so and so, respond." So you need to have some bit of background.
A client should be able to build confidence in you. And that's why you're going to find that some clients are stuck at you. Even if you give them, say, a contact and you say, okay, this is, but they still come back to you. Okay, give me another contact, or tell me about this, then you refer them to a skilled person. They're called SMEs. I thought SMEs were small businesses, small what?
Medium enterprise.
Medium enterprise. I was told the other day that SMEs is a subject matter expert.
True. And I like the fact that you're saying that sometimes when you build that confidence, the client gets confidence over and above just what you're able to deliver to them.
Yes.
I've met clients who you do a job so well for them that sometimes they even have a challenge that is not related to your skill.
But they call you.
Yes. Because they know you are a problem solver.
Yes.
They know you are a solution provider, you know. Wow, interesting. All right.
It's a good thing to do with clients. It's a bad thing to do when you are a leader.
Yeah.
That everybody will be calling. You need to mentor guys.
Yeah.
Like
and of course,
sorry, your name?
Gabriel.
Yes. You need to mentor Gabriel.
Yeah.
Such that not every other time somebody will be. You need to bring him to a point when people can also rely on you.
Everyone is, you become a jack of all trades and a master of none.
It's two-sided, yes.
And of course also you miss out now on the possibility of being a specialist, you know, when you're able to offer solutions for everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So do you have any interests or hobbies outside of business development? What do you like doing in your spare time?
That's interesting. So, as I had started by saying, I used to have a six-pack. So if you go to my first initial picture, profile picture on Facebook, I've raised my shirt, showing some six-pack. I'm not sure whether it was mine, but anyway.
Unfortunately, we are not able to put that photo.
You cannot.
Sorry, ladies.
PG 37. The average age in our company is 32 anyway. So ideally, yes, I love working out. Eventually, I know I'll get back to my
six-pack.
My goals. Yes.
In the meantime, tunabembeleza one pack.
I know. It's I'm just massaging it. But ideally, that, and I also something that I also love is to cycle. Interestingly enough, let me tell you guys something. William used to cycle.
Yeah,
back
man.
in uni.
My campus days. We were actually in the same campus.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually for me, it wasn't because of a fitness or health. It was more of a survival. I know
It was a survival tactic.
Yeah,
But
man.
where did you used to live? So
I
you used to live close by?
outside. No. I used to live outside of campus.
Okay.
I used to live a few kms
Yes.
out of campus.
Yes.
The Muiga.
Muiga, yes.
Yeah.
He used to live next to President Kibaki's retirement home. It's a beautiful place.
Man. Very nice security.
Yes.
Yeah, you know. So I bought the bike so that I could cycle, because it was a bit of a distance. Walking was tricky. So I got the bike so that I could be cycling to and fro. And then I used to do a lot of night studying, and I used to study in campus, not in where I used to stay. So I'd cycle.
Cycling back?
Boss,
at night.
Tulikuwa tunaishi karibu na Kibaki's.
But anyway, who will be William has a good height, so nani atakunyonga?
Would there. Plus we used to be the two of us, me and a friend. So
okay.
Yeah, we used to cycle pamoja going.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you love to cycle?
Yeah.
And also play the piano. Yeah.
Oh wait. Unajua sasa Tom, I have I know you and you know me. So sijui ni release. Unajua naweza waambia watu kitu.
Release.
Alafu waamue pia wewe.
Iko nini?
Naweza toa receipts, waamue pia utoe receipts. You play the piano?
Yes, I do.
Where do you play the piano?
In church.
Okay. So you are an instrumentalist in church?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay. Unataka kutuambia zaidi ama
I'm not such a bad boy. Let me be honest. I'm not such a bad boy. You know, the perception that people have is different. You know, in Nyeri, I used to go to gospel outreach. From first year to fifth year. I used to look like a bad boy, but I used to go to gospel outreach.
Yeah, because I can tell you for sure the Tom we used to see in campus and the Tom that we know now.
Those people who know me know. It's God's plan.
I think we say this. Please do not, if your friends Tom on Facebook, do not go to his photos and do not scroll back beyond when.
I'm not sure.
Anything beyond 2014,
it's safe.
please. Stick to photos at 2015.
It's safe. I don't have receipts, man.
Yeah. So you play an instrument?
Yeah, I do.
Interesting.
I do play the piano.
Wow.
In high school, I played the flute. Since I did music. I think it found its way back in my life through serving in church.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Interesting. So you serve in church, you play a music instrument in church.
Yes, I serve in church by playing the music instrument. But
Okay. That is great to hear. Wow, and you cycle as well.
Yes.
Na umesema pia you're on a journey to bring back your six
pack. Yeah, my six pack. I'll be going Sunday service. Anyway.
I think the podcast at the beginning to say PG.
You have to say an apology.
No.
Have you ever had those keyboard guys who t-shirt? They are known for some things anyway.
The comments or the things said in this are not the opinion of the company
or the church. I might get excommunicated, but yeah.
Interesting. And just as we wind up again, what advice would you have for someone who is considering doing business or rather picking business development as a career?
Man, business development as a career in the past, I say since COVID 2019, is not a career that is really fulfilling. I'll be honest with you, because a lot has changed. The economy changed, especially in our country. The economy has really been affected since 2019. Yeah, the impact started being felt in 2021. Going forward, 2021, again with the regime change, and we know the political scenario that is there. It has not been really good and not really fulfilling. But even holding everything constant, if you ever asked me somebody who wants to go into business development, it's not a quick return game. It's not a game where you just, it's not a career where you go in and you start seeing results immediately, especially in the business to business, B2B. Some sales cycle take up to 2 years. You have identified a problem and you've sold to a client. A client doesn't have a budget. It will take the client 2 years just to get financing and take that decision, you know. So it's not a place where you want to see quick returns. I'll say if you are in business development, even in an ideal situation where things are working, please give yourself time. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't quickly change your career. Give yourself time. Give yourself 1 or 2 years. Grow it. Actually, they say there's this book that I was reading about outliers and everything. But for a normal person to be able to gain the right skills, you need about 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours. For you to be able to have the right skill set to do anything. For you to be called an SME. Subject matter expert. You need 10,000 hours.
Wow. Of practicing
that skill. So minus the hours that you are eating, minus the hours that you are talking to somebody, minus the hours, you need 10,000. I don't know how much hours you have in a year, just doing the practical. So I will say, give yourself time, give yourself 1 or 2 years, know what it is that you want, be able to understand the products, be able to understand the solutions much better.
So I usually ask my guests this question, and I can tell you so far the guests we've had have got it wrong.
Okay.
But no, there's no wrong or correct answer. We just want to understand your perspective on this dilemma question. If you're given 2 options, one option is your age is rolled back to a 10-year-old, but you maintain the information that you have right now. All that experience you've gained the last 30-something years.
Yeah.
That being option 1. And option 2, your age is escalated to 60, or was it 70? 60 years, eh? No, 70 is too old. I want to make it juicy. Stuck in the age, if I tell him the age, like, no, directly 60. And in fact, we can even do you one better, 55.
Okay.
But your age is rolled up to 60 years.
Yes.
And you're given $1 billion.
Okay.
Yes. Which option did you go for?
Man.
$1 billion at
tricky
60 or...
$1 billion at 55?
55. You've taken 55.
$1 billion at 55 or
a 10-year-old with no money but with the information.
All this knowledge.
Right now. Yeah.
Man, let me tell you. This cryptocurrency that was there, you can make more than $1 billion. With cryptocurrency, just imagine I'm 10-year-old. I'm taking 10-year-old, as in back 10-year-old since I was born.
No. We are not saying because we are not taking you back.
No. You should take me back 10-year-old.
In 2024.
In 1990s.
But you are a 10-year-old in 2024. Yes. We are not, boss. You'll make the $1 billion in 2 days. Utabai shares of Microsoft or Facebook and
I know. And I'll be okay.
Yeah.
So at 10 with the same information that I have.
Yes. You are 10 in 2024. Or you're 55 in 2024.
I'll go back to 10. 10 in 2024 with the information that I have. I think I will want to enjoy life once again. I will want to run. I will want to go to cycle. I will want to interact. I will want to go up a mountain.
And you know, we've not told you which family. We can put in a family in Kibera or a family in Karen or Runda. Hatujasema wapi we are going to land you. We take you back to 10-year-old in
remember, I still have the same information.
Yeah.
And I know if I work hard, I'm going to go into a different uni and I'm going to do crazy things. If I invest right, I'm going to make the right money.
That's the other thing. Because you see, with the information you have right now and you're a 10-year-old, it means you're going to be super smart.
Yes.
You're going to be acing all your exams.
Yes. In maybe at 11 years, you are sitting in a college. Somewhere. Yes, at 11 years, you're sitting in a college.
Those who've watched Big Bang, you're going to be a Sheldon of
yes.
You know.
You're giving speeches, you're in TED Talks and stuff like that. I know. Crazy.
When Burale Amavusi to the trial, Wow, I look at it from that perspective.
Yes.
Interesting. So the opportunities are going to be
immense, crazy opportunities.
Sure. Because you know, with the skills that you have right now, as a 30-something or 40-something-year-old, it's not news.
Yes.
But a 10-year-old with that information...
It's crazy.
Boss.
It's crazy.
You know.
It's something interesting that I read somewhere is before your 40s, you should be gaining. You're gaining knowledge, you're gaining skills, you're working hard, you're not sleeping, you're doing all those things. Then past your 40s, you're now releasing your knowledge. Now you can imagine, at 15 years you're already releasing knowledge.
Boss.
How valuable are you? Crazy, Maze. Crazy. So I'll go back. And money is good. But money is just, you get to a point with money and you're not even enjoying
vanity.
It's vanity.
As King Solomon says it.
Yeah, it's vanity, man. You can imagine spending time, you can imagine rolling back and spending time with your loved ones, your wife, your girlfriends, and
but you know, at 10-year-old you don't even have a girlfriend. At 10
but you know the right girl.
You don't even feel the difference, really.
You know the right person that you're going to go for
yeah,
and stuff like that. But I'm just thinking, you're enjoying time.
You get to live your life again. Yeah, you get
with
to
better knowledge, with more information.
You get to make more informed decisions.
I'll be more stressed. You know.
No, I think you'd get to make more informed decisions.
Yeah.
You know, like some of the decisions that you made before that you are just looking about Tisha. Now with the information you have right now, you can live life and
full.
Yeah. You know, for the first time you've given it a new perspective. The previous guy is boss.
No fears, man.
The arguments were presenting to me are not making sense.
At 55, but and you have given me, imagine I'm going to die at 80 years. Man.
You only have 15
I
years.
have 25 years, is it?
Actually 25 years, yeah.
25 years to enjoy my 1 billion. And you can lose that 1 billion in a very, with Ruto. These guys can freeze your money.
First of all, your 1 billion, ikipita kwa Zakayo, not Ruto, ikipita kwa Zakayo.
Inakuwa 900.
30%.
No, 840.
Boss,
is it 30%?
30% gone. It's no longer $1 billion.
You have to pay
but
taxes.
But the information you have right now can never be taxed.
Can never be taxed.
You know? Well,
I'll enjoy. I'll give back earlier in life. I want to get to a point where I'm giving back to the society. I've been invited for the first mentorship. Sometimes I look myself, I'm not sure whether I can be a mentor. So I know at 15 I'll be mentoring. So let's see how things go.
Hata unaweza fungua kanisa, you know.
Kanisa ni
kubwa. The opportunities are
endless.
The things that you could do at that age, you'll probably be a marvel or and a wonder. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Sawa.
Thanks, man.
Asante sana. Very nice having you.
I've enjoyed it.
Very interesting conversations.
I hope we'll have more.
That sharing with us that experience, Maze, in Samburu. Mwai, you've been called out. We're extending an invitation to you to come and share your side of the story. A lot has been said. A lot of allegations.
Yeah.
They remain being allegations.
Asega was very quiet. Yeah. Maybe he was having love issues. We need to know his side of the story. And Samson was just chilled. He was planning along the
road. Accused of not knowing how to use Google Maps. Please, Mwai. Mwai, come and defend yourself. Asega, you've been called out. You come and confirm who's that madam was tracing you that day. But asante sana. It's been fun having you. Asante for sharing your insights on the various aspects, and we hope and we know it's going to be a very informative episode to those out there who've been wondering what business development means and what it takes to be a business development manager like yourself. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. Asante sana. And welcome again.
Thank you.
All right. Cheers, man.
Peace.